Let me pivot to cyber war, and to what extent can any of this war be won online? Since we're seeing a lot of cyber attacks, from Russia or other, often state-sponsored. How much should that be a fear? How seriously are we taking it? I mean, we hear about the breaches, of course, and various. But do you think about it much?
Look, I, as a matter of fact, I do. I spent 6 years working with Avast Software as the security ambassador. I attended many conferences. So, and I learned a lot about the nature of these wars. They're real, but at the end of the day, every war ends up on a battlefield. So it is all the hybrid wars. It's a prelude for a much bigger challenge. I think the threat posed by the authoritarian regimes and all these terrorist organizations and other force of democracy to our infrastructure have been underestimated. And they got cocky. They decided they could just go even further and further. Look, we still have a huge advantage, technological edge over any other country, including China. For those who say China is too powerful, how can we challenge them? Simply, pandemics. The virus came from China, vaccine from America. China had 6 months head start, and they failed to come up with a working vaccine. Yeah. So it's free people always have an advantage in creating new ideas. So we can't stop this development. For those who say, oh, cybersecurity, AI, we have to limit the development, forget about it. It's like, unfortunately, like it or not, it's like nuclear deterrence. So you just have to send a message, clear message to Putin's and Xi Jinping's of this world that you try, you will be annihilated.
And I would be remiss if I didn't ask you before you go about generative AI, especially since, of course, you famously, played one and then was defeated by Deep Blue. How do you think about AI in the context? Because we're at this tipping point where people see the potential, and now there's also seeing the very real threat. How do you view it?
I'm an optimist. Yeah, I actually probably more likely I'm a realist, because I just believe it's another technology, and in the past, new technology always made us stronger and faster. This technology, in my view, have to make us smarter. But we just have to recognize that every technology, it's like every coin has two sides. And unfortunately, from history, we also know that every breakthrough technology first, was used for destruction, because it's easier. It's easier to destroy than to build. But, we have to stop, this paranoid conversation about the dangers. Is it dangerous? Yes. Could it destroy, jobs? Yes, as it happened before. But by destroying jobs and industries, it creates new industries. It's about refocusing our attention and looking for opportunities. It's not a harbinger of utopia or dystopia. It's not a magic wand, but it's not a Terminator. It's a technology. And I've been engaged in many conversations. I had my book, Deep Thinking, back in 2017. And when machine intelligence ends and human creativity begins. And I still believe that we have to reevaluate our relations with computers. They become more and more powerful, but still there's a room for human creativity. Mm-hmm. And we have wild dreams. Why not to use these machines to realize our wild dreams? Because at the end of the day, just tying AI and cybersecurity and geopolitics, humans still have monopoly for evil. My concern is not the Terminator or the Matrix. My concern is the Putins of this world having their hands on technology and using it against us if we get complacent.
Do you still play chess?
Depends on definition of this word play. I know how to move the pieces. I enjoy it immensely. I'm working with young stars. I'm playing some exhibition games. But for me, it's not play, because play means being a professional. I'm an amateur. I'm the strongest chess amateur on the planet.
Does Russia still have it's such a strong culture there. Do you still see that? Or,
no, Russia.
Obviously there's Magnus Carlsen, there's India.
Now Chinese kid won just, the title since Magnus retired from official matches. Look, Russia is one of the leading countries, but no longer the strongest. As for the the number of young talents. The United States now, it has the one of the most promising fields of young players. I can proudly say that Kasparov Chess Foundation made big contributions since 2002. We started our programs in this country, both the blueprint for schools, and since 2005 an academy for young stars. There are 20, probably 21 already grandmasters graduated from our programs.
Oh, very good.
So again, you don't see it because it doesn't make it a front page of a newspaper. But I can tell you, America is now easily makes to the one of the top countries in chess development.
That's excellent. Well, hopefully we will play out these issues on the chessboard, and thank you for joining us.